Hey guys, what's up? My name is Rachel and welcome back to my channel, Reading with Remy. Today I'm bringing you my September TBR. Now this month it's a little different. I am going to be at least attempting to participate in Becca's Bookopoly-a-thon, but I also wanted to do my Bookopoly because I only just started it last month, and so I wanted to at least do it a couple more months in a row to see if I'm really comfortable with it, so it felt weird to take a month off. So what I have done is I'm going to roll my board first, and then roll her board and kind of see if I can get them to overlap as much as possible. And then if I can't, then I'm just ending up reading a lot of books. But I think I did pretty well. So just so that I could make this line up better, I've already rolled everything, and I'm going to insert clips of my rolls and then come back in and show you what I have picked, just so I could kind of match it up with Becca's Bookopoly-a-thon, because otherwise it was too confusing. So I have already picked my books at this point. I'm just gonna go through them as I rolled them and show them to you guys that way. Also wanted to fill you guys in really quickly on how I did last month. So last month I had 6 books. I had done an extra roll because we were going on a vacation and I figured I would get a chance to read more, which I did. So I actually did really well. I read 11 books in the month of August, and I read everything on my TBR except for 2 books, which I have started both of them, so I'm not counting them as needing a punishment because I have started them. I've decided that's going to be my rule for my game anyway. As long as I have started it, it doesn't count against me. Unfortunately, neither books that I didn't finish fit into this month's TBR, but I am still actively reading them, so hopefully I will read them in addition to these books that I have picked for this month. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump into it, and we're going to start with my Bookopoly, talk about those books. Roll 1. Adult contemporary, that's new. My first roll, I landed on adult contemporary, and for that I have chosen One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. It's about a plus-size girl who basically becomes the equivalent of The Bachelorette. I don't really know anything else about it. I feel like that's enough of a premise to really know what you're getting into, so I don't care to know more about it until after I start reading it, so that's all I'm going to give you because that's all I know. Roll 2. Roll number 2 was for a poetry book. I really feel like I should take this off my board for right now because I don't actively own any poetry I have not read. But we're going to hit up Scribd again, and I have decided on Our Numbered Days, blanking on the author's name and I don't have it written down, but I will insert a cover here. I scrolled through Scribd and just kind of looked at the poetry they have available and just kind of started a couple, like read the first page to see if I liked the poetry format. Had a couple strikes, landed on this one. I think I like this one because it seems like the poetry is more traditional and that it's longer and like actually rhymes and stuff like that. It's not very insta-poety, which I think will be a nice refreshing change for me, so. Roll 3. I kind of want to get doubles so I can use one of my condition cards, but it's never happened. Roll number 3 was an urban fantasy. I don't actually own a copy of this book yet, so again, I will insert a cover. But that is Star Daughter, also blanking on the author's name. Should have wrote that down. I'm getting this in my bookish box for August, and they were delayed in production, so we haven't had them shipped yet, which is unfortunate because it's August 31st. So it's more like the September box part 1, I guess. But I am excited to get that. It sounds like it's going to be a really beautiful edition, so I will be reading that this month. Hopefully it comes sometime in the middle of the month or before, so I'm not reading it like the last 10 days of the month. Roll number 4. Roll number 4 was middle grade, which is awesome because I'm already currently in the middle of a middle grade, which might be cheating, but my game, my rules. And so I'm going to be reading The Burning Maze, which is book 3 in the Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan, which is this one. This is about, obviously, Apollo, and he is banished to Earth by Zeus. I don't remember why. I just remember that he's banished. So, there's that. But basically he's tasked with restoring all of the oracles, and they're after the third one in this one, so I really love this series, so I'm enjoying its continuation. So far it's been really good. Okay, and roll 5. Why did I even make condition cards? Just published before 2018. Alright, and the last roll for my Bookopoly anyway was published before 2018, and so I went with Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. I've had this since the first time we went to YALLFest, which was 2016, I want to say. So I really need to get to this. Basically I chose this one because it's been on here too long and it fits in with something that you'll see later, so. Alright, roll number 1. Oh, thank God for not being a double. Foiled cover. So roll 1 for Becca's Bookopoly was foiled cover. I'm pretty sure, like 85% sure, that the edition of Star Daughter that is coming in the bookish box is going to have an embossed foiled cover. If I'm wrong, I'll put something else in here, but I'm pretty sure that's what it said in the email. So we're gonna use it for this one tentatively. Okay, roll 2. LGBTQ plus representation. Roll 2 was LGBT plus representation, and for that I'm going to be using One to Watch Again by Kate Stayman London. Basically this ended up being a game of like mental Tetris to see what I could fit where so that it would match up, because I'm not one of those people that reads a ton in a month. 11 books was my best reading month by 2 this entire year, so I don't expect to go that well again. So we're doubling up where possible. Number 3. Chance. Oh boy. No! And roll 3 is where Becca started to do me dirty. And I landed on Chance, and I pulled Northanger Abbey, which I guess I did that to myself because it was my Chance cards from Remy's Bookopoly, so I have no one to blame but myself. But I will be reading this one, hopefully. We'll see. No promises, y'all. 4. Nature on cover. Oh. Roll number 4 was Nature on the cover. I think this might be a bit of a stretch, but we're rolling with it, y'all. We're just gonna keep going with it. And that is The Burning Maze, book 3 in the Trials of Apollo. I read this scene earlier, again cheating, but who cares. And that is supposed to be tomato vines. I know the scene this is depicting is tomato vines. That is nature. We are counting it. I don't read enough to not count it. Roll 5. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get to
randomize your TBR. Roll number 5 was to randomize my TBR. I used a random number generator and got Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I was very disappointed to learn that this didn't fit any of Remy's prompts, but that's okay. I really need to get to this one. I have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab pre-ordered for October, so I really need to start chipping away at all the other books by her I already own that I haven't read. Might be a good thing to do. So, and this is the sequel to Vicious, which is about Eli and Victor, who are supervillains. It was a great book. I really enjoyed it. But this is about somebody who's like out for vengeance against the two of them, and I just don't know if I'm gonna like it as much because it doesn't center around them. It's all in her perspective. So I'm kind of cautious about this one. We shall see. And the last roll, unless I get doubles. These better start matching up. Ebook or audio. Woohoo! Okay, roll number 6 was an ebook or audiobook, so I'm going to be using Our Numbered Days, which was my poetry choice for Remy's Bookopoly because I don't own it. I'm reading it on Scribd, so it's an ebook. Perfect. Roll 7. There we go. So, young adult. And the last roll was young adult, so I'm going to be using Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, which I talked about before. One thing I didn't mention though is this is personalized. I got it signed at Y'all Fest, so it's really just twice as embarrassing that I haven't even read this yet. So that's it for my September TBR. Not too bad. I managed to only come out with 7 books, and that was rolling 2 different TBR games, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Whether or not I read all of these is another thing, because like I said last time, I read 11 books in the month of August and didn't even fit 2 of my TBR ones onto that, so you know, we'll see how it goes. But it doesn't seem too bad, so hopefully it'll go good. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe for more awesome content. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday, so I'll see you guys in another video soon. Bye!